Like when you work with people who have been addicts, is it purely like escapism? Are they chasing something bigger? Is it they're just fed up with their lives? Like, is there like a common pattern, or is it just completely different across the board for everybody?
It varies. I find for me through my own experience, like I don't just like treat the addiction.
Yeah.
I don't just ask why the addiction, but I go further than that. I go to why the pain. Yeah. And the pain's always, everyone on the face of the planet wants two things. They want to love and be loved. Full stop, the end. Everyone.
Yeah.
The trouble with that is that 90% of the population on the face of the planet did not come from love. Mm. They were not shown how to love. The 90% of the population that I've met, the people that are close to me, abandonment issues, you know, feeling not good enough, feeling different, and coming from a place where either dad or mom, you know, a dysfunctional relationship between the parents, you know, and the kids are used as bargaining tools, you know, instead of the kids being, you know, a roof of an amazing, beautiful, healthy, monogamous relationship between two people who love and respect themselves, the kids turn out to be the foundation of their relationship. Mm-hmm. You're going to stay with me. What about the kids? And that's what society is saying. Well, what about, you can't get a divorce because of the kids. And so, and as kids, we get affected emotionally, like between the age of 2 and 7 or 3 and 7, 90% or 80% of my personalities is molded then, you know, and I'm like a sponge that you can't squeeze out. So I take everything on, you know, and and to come to a place in recovery where I get to see that everybody's done the best they could with what they had, you know, and to own my part in all of it, you know, and to stop pointing. When I got one finger pointed at you, I got 3 pointed back at me. I spotted, I got it, you know, like, and who am I to judge anyone? Well, it's not about that judgment, that anger, that resentment is the #1 offender for sober alcoholics or clean addicts. We got to refrain from it, because it's like when I'm in resentment, when I'm angry, say with you, it's like I'm taking the poison, actually hoping you're going to die. You know, who suffers from it? Me.
Yeah. And
90% of I can't trust my own thinking. Like, what am I really angry at? That you're not doing what I want you to do? Like, who am I to play God in this, you know? There's a bit of bad in the best of us and a bit of good in the worst of us, and that's pretty much it. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, we can take this further. I mean, you want to talk about, it saddens me beyond words to see kids these days, like how the irreversible damage that they're going through by having their schools and their kindergarten shut for 2 years behind some disease or virus or ogo. I mean, dude, I did not come all this way here to have a disease by the name of a Mexican beer kill me, and I'm not even drinking. That I promise you. That much I know. I mean, and being in these places, but you know, for a child to look at their mom or dad and try to have a conversation with them like this, boy, I can do this much better. You know, I mean, how are they supposed to? How is anybody supposed to express their truth or how they feel?
Yeah, and it's taking the. I mean, we all know that, you know, 80% of communication happens through body language.
Absolutely.
It happens through being able to see this, and to, like, especially to suppress that on a child.
What's healthy about that?
There's nothing healthy about that.
Okay, beautiful.
Absolutely not. Beautiful. I mean, we talk about this a lot on the podcast. That, you know, I mean, you know, there's a lot of reasons why, you know, the lockdowns are a terrible idea. Like kids not being in school, you know, politicians talking about not being able to hug people, and it's obviously fucking nonsense. To
grandparents are not supposed to. They're in home care. They're elderly care units, they can't see their children on the weekend. That's the only thing that keeps them alive.
Or they're sick and they die there and nobody's allowed to be with them. And,
Right. Nobody's even allowed to be at their funeral.
Yeah.
I mean, is this a world that I choose to live in? Well, it's a very, if we haven't learned from our history, we're bound to repeat it again. Because all I'm looking back at is Nazi Germany. Okay, I don't need to look too far. Here, you guys, take the shower. Just go in, go on. It's the showers.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, but the thing here, with what's happening here, and this is taking it down the rabbit hole, but it's this. If there are people somewhere at the top pulling strings, treating us all like puppets. I'll just say if to be diplomatic.
Okay, nice.
But they're smart about it now. They've got the mindset of doing this very, very slowly and manipulating society over decades now.
Absolutely.
And all these things, like it's signaling, like putting a mask on your face is like, it's not just the physical thing of what's happening. It's signaling. It's like they're preparing us for.
See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil.
Yeah. It's like, okay, this is a signal that, okay, you're not allowed to say anything. Like you don't have the freedom to speak. You'll probably end up paying us to breathe air in the future.
And if we don't like what you hear, we'll disconnect you.
Yeah.
We'll disconnect you.
I think it's very difficult for somebody who has never been an addict to kind of comprehend, even come close.
I'm a huge believer that, no addict can best understand and help another addict. It's in our literature.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to shrinks and I went to psychiatrists that tried to understand me or label me or give me the right prescription or it's that connection.
Yeah.
Like if
well, that's why you're able to have such a massive impact with people, because they can relate to you and you can relate to them. And whereas probably, in the system, so to speak, if you're going to a rehab center or whatever it is, it's like, you're working with a bunch of people who you can't relate to. They can't relate to you and you can't relate to them.
And under those terms as well in rehabs is what happens is because of the client and support worker boundaries. As soon as I walk into a place, you got a name tag on you, I look at you as a cop.
Yeah.
It's going to be me against you.
Yeah.
And if there's a rule, I'm going to break it. That's the way I'm wired. And more so to the point, I'm going to go back to way back when I'm going to say, you know what, homie? Not even that I like my dad or dislike my dad or whatever. You're not my dad. That's where I go to. Yeah. If you got a badge, homie, you're not my friend. You know what I mean? That's where we go. It's fight or flight, fight or flight, fight or flight. And it's like, I'm going to a rehab. Check this out. I'm going to a rehab. I'm sick. I'm so dope sick, dude. I don't sleep for 2.5, 3 months, But all of a sudden, I go there with that God gift of desperation. I go there so beaten. I promise I'll do absolutely anything to never feel this way again. And 2 weeks later, I got a problem with somebody because they didn't cook my breakfast right. You get this? I'm like literally dying. Okay, literally dying. I'm skin and bones. Last time I got clean, 7 years ago, I was weighing 59 kilos, Monty. You look at my thing, there's pictures of me, the before and after there that are just like, it doesn't even look like the same person. But that's on the external. Internally, I'm not the same person either. But like I say it all the time, I got problems in areas I never had areas before.